What's good, Top Shelf Selections? We're back with another one. And this one is probably what everybody's been waiting on. It's March Madness. And I'm recording this on a Wednesday, and the bracket starts tomorrow. As you can see, probably right here in the corner, I do have the Miami and SMU game on. There's about 7 minutes left. Miami's up by about 10. They played this game absolutely phenomenal. I hope they do well in the tournament in the round of 64, and I hope they make it maybe 2-3 games. Um, they've had a great year. A lot of people's doubted them. A lot of people's hated on them. I was one of them. They didn't play anybody, and but you can only play the teams on your schedule. But without further ado, I'm here to break down my NCAA 2026 college basketball bracket, and I'm going to be showing you who I have hoisting that trophy this year. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Starting off with the East region, the number one seed Duke playing Siena. Um, Pretty just straightforward. Duke's been probably either number one, two, or three pretty much all season long. I think they handle business. I think the spread is somewhere in the 30s, maybe even more than that. I see them handling Siena pretty easy. Tough 8-9 matchup. You have Ohio State against TCU. As of late, Ohio State has been playing decent. TCU has also been playing decent. Um, but I think Ohio State has a little bit more offensive power than TCU. I know good offenses make up for a lot in March. You got to be able to score the ball, whether you play defense or not. You got to be able to score the ball. If you don't score, you're not going to win. So give me Ohio State in the 8-9 matchup versus TCU. 5-12, I have St. John's. Be leery, though. Every year there's at least two 12 seeds that upset a 5. Be caution of that. I don't think this is the one. I think St. John's got hosed with a 5 seed here. I think they are a top 5 team in the country, and I think they handle business here against Northern Iowa. Kansas, they've been up and down this year, but I think they can handle California Baptist in the first round here. Moving on to number 6 and 11, Louisville and South Florida. Here, this is going to be my first upset of the bracket in the East region. I'm taking South Florida over Louisville. Louisville just really hasn't shown me much. They were hot at the beginning of the year, kind of tapered off in the middle, and then just been up and down here of late. Teams who are inconsistent and don't show any sign of being better than they were doesn't really translate early in the tournament. It's one and done. So give me South Florida. This team run and guns. They can shoot the ball very well, and I do think they're going to catch Louisville sleeping in the round of 64 here. So give me South Florida on an upset in the first round. Michigan State, they're going to handle business against North Dakota State, but be leery too. Michigan State has had a bad rap for first round losses in the tournament, so be caution of that. UCLA, UCF, 7 and 10 seed here. I'm taking UCLA. UCLA has been banged up all year, but if you look in the last 2 weeks, this team has gotten fully healthy. All their players are back. Mick Cronin has this team playing great defense, and they're starting to click here in the past couple weeks. So give me UCLA. And then straightforward here with UConn and Furman. Give me UConn. Round of 32 for the East region, Duke and Ohio State. I'm going to go with Duke. I just think they have a little bit more firepower in the Boozer brothers against Ohio State. I don't think they'll be able to keep up. St. John's and Kansas, this is going to be an absolute banger of a game, but I'm taking St. John's. Like I said, I think this is a top 5 team in the country. I think they got hosed, and I'm taking St. John's. South Florida, Michigan State. This game is also going to be a banger. If Michigan State plays slower against North Dakota State. Look for South Florida to maybe get another upset here. But I think Michigan State is going to be more experienced in these type of games. They're used to the bigger games. So give me Michigan State here. UCLA, UConn. I'm going with another upset here. UConn, we all know, they went back-to-back a couple years ago. Made it a deep run last year as well. They were going to try to go for a three-peat. I just think I think their luck's run out. Like I said, this UCLA team, man, they're fully healthy now. They're scoring the basketball. They're playing defense very well. Give me UCLA over UConn. The Sweet 16, Duke and St. John's. This is where I'm taking St. John's over Duke. I think this team is more experienced playing together. They're not looking for one or two guys to go off the entire game to carry them. I think St. John's plays as a team better than Duke will. And I do believe Duke might be the first number 1 seed out of the tournament this year. So give me St. John's in the Sweet 16. And then give me UCLA over Michigan State. I don't think Michigan State's going to do much. I think Mick Cronin in this defense with UCLA is going to hold Michigan down. I know Michigan State likes to run and gun, but good defense beats good offense. So give me UCLA. And then coming out of the East region, I'm taking St. John's. I got them going to the Final Four. Moving on to the West region, Arizona, Long Island. Give me Arizona. Pretty straightforward there. Villanova, Utah State, the 8-9 matchup. I'm not really big on either one of these teams. This game can go either way. Just for the sake of it, I'm going Villanova. This right here, the 5-12 seed, Wisconsin and High Point. Wisconsin is your weakest 5 seed. Until they prove me wrong, they're the weakest 5 seed. I just don't think High Point is the right 12 seed to knock them off. So give me Wisconsin. Moving on to 4 and 13, Arkansas and Hawaii. Me personally, Arkansas is playing the best ball in the country. And as of late, Calipari's got these guys looking absolutely phenomenal. This team is fully healthy as well. So I look for Arkansas to make a deep run this year. And I'm a big Calipari fan. I've been a Kentucky fan pretty much my whole life for basketball. I hate to see him go, but they did need a change. And congrats to him on making Arkansas as good as they are now. BYU and Texas. We all know that this Texas team had a play-in game, so they already got their feet underneath of them for this first round game. But when it comes to BYU, this true freshman that they got, he's leading the nation in scoring. But we all know one-man wrecking crews usually don't work out. But I do think they get it done. Texas has a top 15 offense in the country, so they can score the ball, but they're not going to play no defense. So give me BYU here in the first round. Ziggity Zags over Kennesaw State. Gonzaga, they're just made for this tournament. They make it deep and make long runs every year. So give me Gonzaga. 7-10 matchup, Miami, Missouri. Haven't really seen much of Missouri, even though I did watch a little bit of the SEC this year. Haven't really seen much of Missouri. Everybody's complaining about how Miami shouldn't have got in, and Auburn got put out. So just in that case, Miami really shouldn't have got in for NCAA football. They go and they make it all the way to the championship game. I think it's the same thing here. They shouldn't have been in the playoffs. They're going to win the first round. And then the 2-15 seed, Purdue and Queens. Give me Purdue. Round of 32, Arizona at Villanova. Give me Arizona. Wisconsin, Arkansas. I'm going with Arkansas. BYU and the Zags. I'm going to take this true freshman in a big game against the Zags. Give me BYU. And then Purdue, Miami. I'm pretty sure Purdue was preseason ranked number 1. And they started out great, and then in the middle of the season they just tanked a little bit, and now they've been playing great ball. Won the Big Ten title against the number 1 seed in Michigan. So give me Purdue there. This matchup right here in the Sweet 16, Arkansas versus Arizona. This is probably going to be the game of the tournament if both these teams make it here. Arizona's a great team, but just the way Arkansas gets up and down the floor, fast-paced offense, they're going to look to outscore Arizona. They get a couple buckets to drop. I think Arkansas pulls this game out. BYU, Purdue. Purdue plays phenomenal defense. They have a top 5 or top 10 defense in the nation. So give me Purdue. And then coming out of the West region, Arkansas and Purdue. Give me Purdue. I think this team more experienced, more depth, and they have big men that can rebound the ball. Got great point guards, and I think this is the year that Purdue makes it to the Final Four. Going down to the South region, Florida, Prairie View. Prairie View did win tonight. They pretty much handled the game tonight. They looked good. They rebounded the ball well. But Florida, they're the number 1 seed for a reason. 8-9 seed Clemson and Iowa. Give me Clemson. I think they're just playing a little bit better than Iowa is right now. The 5-12 matchup, Vanderbilt, McNeese. McNeese is on a 10-game win streak. I know they're in a weak conference. They didn't play anybody. Vanderbilt's in a very tough conference, SEC. They're playing well as of late, but when you look at the two schools, Vanderbilt playing in the SEC, they're playing higher competition. They're getting beat up day in, day out. McNeese, they've been blowing these teams out by 20. Yeah, they had a couple games that were close, but these guys can score the ball. Yeah, they might not shoot the 3 well, but they're going to get up and down the court. They're going to score in transition. They're going to try to turn you over. This is my first 12 seed for an upset against a 5 seed. Give me McNeese over Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt is already looking ahead and trying to play Florida in another rematch. And I think McNeese is going to catch them slipping here in round 1. So give me the 12 seed McNeese over Vanderbilt. I think Nebraska handles Troy. North Carolina and VCU, this game is going to be close. VCU, we all know they like to cause trouble in the tournament. They've done it before. North Carolina, they're known to lose in the first couple rounds as well, just like Kentucky and Michigan State. They're just one of them teams who play good during the regular season and usually can't get it done in the postseason. So with that, give me VCU in an upset. Illinois over Penn. Give me Texas A&M over St. Mary's. I think Texas A&M is going to be bigger than St. Mary's. They're going to just try to get the ball inside, play keep away, and out-rebound them. If they can out-rebound St. Mary's, I think they win this game pretty easy. And then the 2 seed Houston over Idaho, pretty straightforward there as well. Florida Clemson in the round of 32. Give me Florida. McNeese Nebraska. I think if McNeese handles Vanderbilt or beats Vanderbilt, I think they're going to have that confidence to come in here and beat this weak 4 seed Nebraska team. I honestly don't think Nebraska should have been a 4 seed. So in another upset, give me McNeese over Nebraska. Give me Illinois over VCU, and give me Houston over Texas A&M. Florida McNeese. Give me Florida. I think McNeese is going to win those first 2 games. They're going to run out of energy. They're going to run out of just adrenaline that they're running on with that 1 week layoff. Florida's going to get healthy, rested up, and come out swinging. So give me Florida there. And then give me Houston against Illinois. Coming out of the South region, Florida and Houston in the Elite 8. I'm going to take Florida for them to get en route for another chance at a Final Four and possibly get to another national title game back-to-back seasons. So give me Florida coming out of the South. And in the Midwest, Michigan and Howard, give me Michigan. They've been a top 3 team all season long. Georgia St. Louis, the 8-9. Give me Georgia. They beat some pretty good teams this year. I haven't really seen much of St. Louis, but give me Georgia. Texas Tech and Akron. I know Texas Tech has a couple injuries on their team right now, but if they can make it through this first game, I think they will have at least one of their guys back for the round of 32. Alabama and Hofstra. As we all know, Alabama's point guard got arrested on campus, I believe, yesterday. So look for one of their top scorers to be out. I do think they have enough firepower to get through Hofstra, but coming into this Texas Tech game could be a little tough. Tennessee and going to be Miami of Ohio. Tennessee has always played a great defense, always. They play in a tough conference. But this Miami of Ohio team, man, the way that they're shooting the ball tonight, if they can carry that over and take that to Tennessee and put it all together, Miami of Ohio is going to sneak in there. I'm from Ohio. I'm going to go with another upset here. I think they're going to shoot the ball very well, and I think they're just going to need to make a couple threes to beat Tennessee. Virginia and Wright State. Virginia, I think they're the weakest 3 seed in the tournament, but I think they beat Wright State. Kentucky, Santa Clara. Kentucky last season coming off of a first-round upset, so I think they come back, they get right against Santa Clara. This is not an easy matchup for them by any means. Santa Clara is a good team. They like to shoot the ball, but Kentucky, we all know what they're capable of. So give me Kentucky. They're a 7 seed. Last time they was a high seed like this, they actually made it to the finals, but they also had a better team than they were now. But I'm going to roll with Kentucky. That's my team. Iowa State, Tennessee State, give me Iowa State. Michigan, Georgia, give me Michigan. Texas Tech and Alabama. This is going to be another one of them games that is going to be must-watch. But with Alabama not having their point guard, who knows if he's going to get released, who knows if he's going to come back, and who knows if Texas Tech, their 2 injured players are going to come back or not. This game is a toss-up, but I like Texas Tech. I just don't think Alabama's style of play, the run and gun and just chucking and duck threes the entire time, playing no defense, usually doesn't hold up well in the NCAA bracket. So I'm going to take Texas Tech, Virginia, and Miami of Ohio. If Tennessee wins this game, I think Tennessee rolls Virginia. So if Miami of Ohio beats Tennessee, give me Miami of Ohio. And then Kentucky, Iowa State. Iowa State is honestly just the better team, so I'm going to roll with Iowa State. Michigan, Texas Tech. Like I said, depending on what these injuries do, if they come back, I think Texas Tech is going to be very dangerous. If they don't, Michigan is just going to roll right over them. So this game's in a toss-up. I do like Texas Tech, but I think the safe pick here is Michigan, and then the safe pick here, Iowa State. I'm thinking Miami of Ohio just runs out of gas, basically the same way McNeese does. But Michigan and Iowa State, I don't think Iowa State has the offense this year like they have in the past. So give me Michigan to make it out of the Midwest. I honestly think this is one of the weaker sides of the bracket. So give me Michigan to make it to the Final Four. Final Four, St. John's versus Florida in Indianapolis. I'm going St. John's to punch their ticket to the national title game. And Purdue and Michigan, rematch of the Big Ten championship. Give me Purdue. I think they beat them once again. And St. John's and Purdue in the finals, also in Indianapolis, April 6th. I have St. John's cutting down the nets. And Rick Pitino is going to be able to cut the nets down with these St. John boys. And I think he's going to get another one. So that is my bracket. That is That's what we're rolling with for the 2026 March Madness Bracket Busters season, whatever you want to call it. I think this is one of the best times of the year. I love filling out brackets. But before we go, I want to give a huge shout out to Dubby. They have anything from shaker bottles, caffeine drinks, non-caffeine, pretty much anything. Basically, coffee with better taste and everything that coffee has. It's just way better flavor. Uh, all the energy drinks, throw them out. They have too much bad stuff in them. So get Dubby. Use my code TOPSHELF1. Get you 10% off everything in the entire store. Helps you out. I get a kickback as well. So let me know down in the comments who you have winning it all this year, because I got St. John's. A lot of people are going to call me crazy, which who knows? This thing is a whole crapshoot anyways. Pick up the dice, roll them. Who knows who's going to win? But until next time, I'll see you boys later. Peace.